Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday morning. Okay, so maybe a little different today, but it's kind of humorous. I mean, because sometimes there's only one thing we can do, and it's just sit back and laugh. And it's hilarious watching the elitists running around, putting their foot in their mouth, tearing into each other, and just watching the complete discombobulation of their entire narrative. Okay. And I mean, we've got numerous examples of this in the last 24 hours. Uh, one of the funny ones, and I mentioned that nobody's talked about Ukraine lately. It was kind of funny because Volodymyr Zelensky came out yesterday in a press conference complaining that the war in Israel has taken the focus off the war in Ukraine. Yeah. Oh, gee, nobody's paying attention to me anymore. Nobody's sending me as much money. They're sending it over there. My wife can't go shopping. I mean, tell me, what accomplishments have been made in Ukraine? None. Okay. You got the entire Eastern Front is still under Russian occupation. We've been in this war for 20 months now, 18 months, 20 months, thereabouts, and nothing's got done. The great counteroffensive over the summer was a flop. Okay. Sure, nobody's paying attention to it anymore because it's done. I mean, even the UN, the EU, and the United States all came out quietly and said that they are talking to Zelensky about basically ending the war, talking to him about concessions he will give Russia to put an end to this. It's over. But nobody's paying attention to me. Right, because there's nothing to pay attention to. It's over. Face it. It's done. All right? But that was that one. So then you go into the Israeli-Palestinian war, if you will. And this one is even more hilarious. Our former president, Barry Hussein, or Barry Sotero, whatever you want to call him, until he wants to, gee, you know what, I've got to embrace my Muslim heritage. Well, when the war started, Obama came out and said that we have to eradicate Hamas. It's one of the few points I've ever agreed with the man on. Until all of a sudden the liberal base started screaming, "Free Palestine, free Palestine." And so Obama spent the last 3 weeks backtracking about how we need to support Hamas. And we need a two-state solution and all this, because, oh my God, I miscalculated this one. Well, I mean, that should be no surprise, for your base comes up with the stupidest answer every time. You were right in the first place, So now a former president is going to go, woohoo, I support terrorists. Case in point, if you break it down to brass tacks, that's it, okay? You have a president of the United States who is now supporting terrorism. Think about that. Imagine if after 9/11, George Bush was out there going, well, it was just a building. What difference does it make? Right? Okay. That's pretty much where we're getting to in this one. So yesterday, you had a huge protest in front of the White House. Tens of thousands of terrorist sympathizers were out in front of the White House, throwing rocks at the Secret Service, spraying the gates with red paint, okay, screaming Allahu Akbar and F. Joe Biden. I'll agree with the F. Joe Biden part, okay, because the U.S. administration needs to support terrorism in their eyes. This is how deranged society is. I want you to watch this video. This one's actually kind of humorous. It's short, but take a look at this.
Prove any of your points because you actually have no evidence
Free
for any.
Palestine!
Do you know about half of these kids?
Trying to propagate anti-LGBTQ propaganda. He's trying to tell children that they're not allowed to be trans.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not. They're not.
You're wrong.
In some religions, you can't do that. Yeah, you have to respect that decision. 3 Abrahamic religions, yeah, LGBTQ. But in some religions, they accept that. But in our religion, you can't do that. What religion are you? What religion are you? Catholic.
I'm not Catholic.
Why are you then?
He doesn't have a religion. He's Antifa.
What's your identifier?
Look at this little coward wearing his mask. He doesn't have a religion.
What's your identifier?
He just wants to
Okay. Boss, wait, shut up. No, wait, where you from? Where you from? Where you from?
That's right, run away.
Andy No got that one. Y'all remember him. He was the one who was beaten to a bloody pulp by Antifa. But this was a conversation between Antifa and Palestinians, I guess, or whatever it is. Arab sympathizers or terrorist sympathizers, let's put it that way. And the Antifa boneheads are in there trying to preach the great decisions of LGBTQ to the Muslims. That one's going to go over well. You know, maybe this was a wake-up call, and I love the part where he goes, "Nope, you're wrong." No. I mean, they're wrong on a lot of things. They ain't wrong in that part, okay? You know, transgender children are not correct. Sorry. You know, disagree with me if you want. Then go get your head checked, okay? But it's funny as the guy who's narrating this or whatever is, oh, look at the cowards run away. This is the truth. But this is the splintering of what you've got going on in society. And I'm just going to sit back and laugh the whole way because as we all are pigeonholed, you know, oh, the Jewish vote, oh, the black vote, oh, the Islamic vote, oh, the suburban soccer mom vote, whatever it is. And, you know, we're all supposed to fall in line. You know, like, you got to remember, Democrats are bobbleheads, okay? You're a suburban soccer mom, you're supposed to vote this way. Don't think, just do what we tell you. You know, remember the famous line, you ain't black if you don't vote for me, okay? Like, automatically because, gee, I've got more melatonin in my skin, therefore, that makes me a Democrat. No. But it's funny watching the left tear itself apart. Not that the right's doing a whole lot better, but at least that's only in 2 factions, okay? But so what's the big fear? Oh my God, we can't offend our base. We can't offend this group. We can't, you know. I mean, and you look what the Democrats have managed to do, okay? They've pissed off the Jewish vote. Jews typically vote Democrat. They've now pissed off the Islamic vote. Okay, if pigeonholing again. Okay, this is the way they do things. They've pissed off the suburban soccer mom vote. Why? Because, oh, gee, you know what? You know, your school board, you went to your school board meeting, therefore you're a terrorist. Okay. They've pissed off the black vote. They've pissed off the Hispanics for years. It's like, eventually who's left? The straight white male? Well, damn, they were never our base in the first place. We've spent decades pissing them off. Okay. It's funny to watch this. And the silly part of everything is I see all these, it's a tight race for 2024. Trump and Biden are close. Biden's leading. I mean, let's go back to 2020. And you remind me, please, how many Biden-Harris yard signs you saw. Remind me about those huge crowds you saw for rallies for Biden-Harris. Hell, remind me seeing him on a campaign stop anywhere, okay? And somehow he won? Okay. all this is going to be telltale evidence, if you will, when the shellacking happens in 2024. And I hope it's more than just the White House. I hope we have supermajorities in both houses of Congress. I don't expect it because there's still too many sheep out there. I'm from Massachusetts. Or at least I'm from Boston. I have to vote Democrat. I don't think, but yeah, okay. And that's kind of what happens with, the leftist mentality. Again, it's not everybody in Massachusetts, not everybody in Boston, just like it's not everybody in Illinois, it's not everybody in Chicago, okay? It's the overwhelming majority that are bobbleheads, okay? They just do what they're told. They think government's the answer to everything. If government is the answer to everything, why do we have the problems we have going on right now?